All right, I'll go ahead.
Your own words, tell us with this whole Iron Bowl thing. What is all this crazy rival? What does it mean to you?
Specifically to me, I feel like it's just another chance for our team to go out there and show what we made of. You know, it's really important to the people of Alabama that this rivalry is important to them. So you got to think about that, take that into consideration. But all in all, I feel like it's just another chance for us to show what this team is made of.
How much do you fall back onto some of the rivalry-type matchups that you've experienced in your life that can help you with this go-around in the preparation?
You know, the rivalries that I face in my life, what you can take from those are, you know the team is going to, I guess play a little bit harder, play with more grit because of the importance of the game. You know what the game means to them as an individual and as a team. But all in all, once the whistle blows, it's you versus them, just like any other football game. But you do expect there to be more emotion, more passion in the game. So you prepare for all that. But at the end of the day, it's you versus me.
It's the last game you guys are going to get during this, this season. The last chance you're going to have to impress any kind of committee before they make their decisions. How do you approach that?
We approach it like we approach every game. You take it one game at a time. And we just try to dominate, try to execute our box every play. We can't, with this position we in, we can't do nothing but control what we can control and try to put it in the hands of those who make decisions. So at the end of the day, we got to approach it just like any other game. We got to dominate the team that we playing and make them quit.
How much did you as an going ahead?
I was just going to say it's a loud place down there. How important is it going to be for you guys to keep big plays, to keep the crowd out of it?
Yeah, we played. I was fortunate to play there 2 years ago. I think we had lost that game. But I just seen the importance of how they feed off their crowd and how the momentum, especially even playing away at any place, their crowd does feed off the momentum off the plays that they make. Noise, things like that. But at the end of the day, we got to limit, take the crowd out the game, make them sit on their hands, try to make the stadium empty by the end of the game. So that way that they just have to sit down and play football. They can't rely on, emotion and getting the fans into the game, but just sit down and make them play good, solid football.
How much do you as an individual cherish this moment? Because there is so much at stake and there is so much pride on the line and all that, but just to be in this type moment and have this opportunity, what does that mean?
I do get to cherish this moment a little bit more just because, aside from the fact that it is a rivalry game, but, this is really set in stone, kind of like the last game, last regular season game here with the guys. So, this week of practice, this week of preparation is going to mean that much more, just to me as an individual because, this is really the last time we get to do this, per se. But, it's just special. This is a special time. It's a special time for us to come together, and what more to do it than a big rivalry for the state of Alabama. And again, that means a lot to a lot of people.
Anything else?
As a guy that's been in this game before, playing, starting, anything that you can get with Mac to prepare him mentally for what he's about to face?
As far as what we do out there in practice, I feel like that's all we can do, just kind of get him prepared for the speed of the game that he's going to see. But aside from that, Mac Jones has a great preparation that he does for himself. I sit across from him in the locker room. I see the way he prepares, the way he take care of his body. Meeting up there with Shark. I see him up here when I'm up here. So I mean, me as an individual, us as a team, we can just help him with his confidence. But as far as preparation and how to execute the plays when they're called down the distance and how to manage the game, I feel like Mac Jones has come a long way in doing that. I feel like, he's understanding the importance of being a good quarterback, being a great elite quarterback. So I feel like, we got all the confidence in Mac Jones, but I already know he's doing the necessary steps that he feels like we need to do to execute the game plan.
All right, thanks, Jared.
Thank you.